got the Razorbacks taking on the Aggies. Number 10 Arkansas takes on 23 Texas A&M, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on ESPN. The Razorbacks, they did struggle this past week against Missouri State, but can we just blame that on Petrino? And then also, is the Texas are the Aggies repping up for SEC play after they did beat Miami?
Ah,
EG.
I'll start this one off, man. Shout out to Petrino, man. Still a great offensive mind. He can still pick you apart. I would never disrespect Petrino. I saw people on Twitter talking about wearing neck braces. I was so against that. I feel like we should respect Petrino because he did some great things. The last time we were on an elite level, Petrino was our coach. We were number 3 in the country behind him. And I know what he can do on the offensive end. If you give him just a little talent, he could maximize it. But also, Texas A&M struggled and lost to Appalachian State. So, and I wanted to make fun of those guys for that, but I have to recant on that because a lot of teams are struggling with lower competition, and now I still don't know the identity of Texas A&M. They have a new quarterback in there right now, Max Johnson, and I feel like the matchup is going to be a tough one. I can't say, oh, we're going to beat A&M. I feel good about our chances, but the way Texas A&M look physical against Miami, they're still a pretty decent football team. So we still have to go out there and play, man. Our defense has to be better. We gave up way too many yards to Missouri State and Petrino. I feel like Coach made a switch on defense a little too late. I was calling in the group chat. I was like, Coach need to go back to the 3-2-6. He needs to rush 3 men, put the secondary to 6 men. He finally did it in the fourth quarter, and we finally were able to take over that game. But, man, it's going to be a tough one, man. I don't know Texas A&M's identity right now with their new quarterback situation. And they also lost a few players. I don't know if they're going to be suspended or this or that, but anyway, I'm picking those Hogs to roll this week. Let's
Go
go,
ahead,
Hogs.
Diz.
I definitely see that this is going to be a low scoring game. Considering what Texas A&M defense has done on the past couple of games, I feel like it might be a low scoring game. But KJ Jefferson, I mean, he is a top one in the SEC, so I feel like he can produce, and I think this classic is going to be pretty nice. So I'm definitely ready to see what's going to happen. I hope the Razorbacks do walk away with the dub and bring it home. So, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Go.
Just speaking of the previous game, what Arkansas fans need to be hoping for is that this team played down to the level of their competition, right? Before going into SEC play. That's not what you wanted to show into SEC play. Maybe it was that Arkansas knew that they could win the game and they didn't show much on defense because they don't want to show Texas A&M, or they don't want to show too much on offense and was still able to pull out and win the game and stuff like that. That all could be possible. But like I said, man, I just believe that, these P5 schools should definitely be taking care of business against these G5 schools, especially teams like Missouri State. My wife, she's an Arkansas fan. She was saying, hey, this is a big game for us and all of this stuff. And I said, look, this is a big game for your fans, but your coaching staff, them players, have no vested interest in Bobby Petrino at all. So they should go out there and take care of business, right? We didn't see that. I'm still going to ride. I've been since the offseason. I've been picking Arkansas against Texas A&M because I like KJ Jefferson. I just feel like he got that dog in him. I feel like I can trust him more. Even Max Johnson. I mean, Max Johnson is still going to have to show me something before I pick him and Max Johnson is a quarterback that Arkansas has seen before in last year, right? So he's still going to have to show me something. This is going to be in Jerry's world. People, be looking out because I'm going to be down there at Jerry's world, tailgate with the people, with the fans. We're going to discuss, and I will hope y'all are there because I want to discuss with y'all too. Right before y'all go into that stadium, we want to talk to you. How you feel about the game? How you feel about Jimbo? And I tell you, man, Jimbo was coaching for his life his last game. Honestly,
Yeah.
the fan base was ready to turn against. If he had lost that game at home, Whew. I mean, I know his buyout is ridiculous, but the fan base would have turned down on him, bro. You basically spending all this millions and millions on your recruiting class and everything. People want to see a return investment,
But
right?
do you get rid of a guy like Jimbo? Do you get rid of him after bringing in a recruiting class like that? Do you think that would
Yes,
be
yes, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. Tell me. Actually, you could tell me why. Tell me one quarterback that Jimbo has developed.
Jameis
And
Winston?
no, he did not develop Jameis Winston, bro. Yes, he coached Jameis Winston, but he
Yeah,
didn't develop him. If you actually go and talk to some people who was on that Florida State team or whatever, they will tell you Jameis Winston, they was telling him to run the ball. He was calling audibles to throw them up.
mm,
He went completely against with Jimbo. If anything, Jimbo owes him a part of that $100 million salary because since Jameis, Jimbo hasn't put
haven't.
out no quarterbacks. Offense been looking like poo, and then also what we're seeing is back then when in 2013 that style of offense could win a national championship. It can't now.
Right,
So now
right.
Jimbo, so now also you don't know how to adapt to where college football is going. So yeah, you got them players in. I'm thankful that you got them players in. Now let me get a real coach to coach them up and be doing what we're supposed to do. There is no reason you're paying a head coach like he was getting paid more than Nick Saban at a time.
Right, right.
You don't pay nobody that much money to go 8-4.
Absolutely.
8-4? You're supposed to like people been talking about Texas A&M when you talk about the SEC West, the best division in college football. And Texas A&M, excuse my French, but they shit the bed on that because in the SEC West, what Texas A&M and Arkansas are fighting for the number 2 spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
and right now you're giving it to Arkansas, but
right.
they're supposed to be a big 3.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, man.
I get rid of Jimbo. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth
Yeah.
it.
Hey, man. I'm hoping we can pull out that win, man. I'm hoping we can do it in Jerry World, man. We need that because we struggled last week. The fan base was ready to give up on us for a second in the middle of the game. Everyone was just, "Oh, it's over, it's over." My phone was blowing up. They wanted me to join spaces. I said no to everything. I'm in here
They
watching
wanted, hey,
every
They was
they
calling for
was,
you, bro.
bro, they was calling. They said, "Where's EG at? Get
Hey
him on
man,
here now."
I
I said,
can't do it. Hey man, I can't do it. I'm over here so frustrated. I might say something out of line if I got on there. So
bro,
I had to calm down, bro, because I was cussing everyone out that was texting me, man. I
yeah,
was in a group chat saying, "Yo, this and this." People were saying it's over. I'm like, bro, stop fucking giving up, or excuse my language, but stop giving up, man. We still have a chance. I think Browse do that thing where he hides his hand. He don't want the next week's opponent to see the game plan because he'll do that. Like last year, we played a Rice team, and it was like it was a slow start. We didn't see everything. Then he played Texas the next week, the following week, and we blow the chart up. You know, we blow the scoreboard up. We go crazy. I, he said we better win next week. I've been talking too much. Hey man, my team is 3-0. My
all right.
team is 3-0. I'm staying confident. I'm staying riding for my boys. Go Hogs. Woo Pig. We cutting the jukebox on this week. What do you mean?
Let's go. Let's go. So let's say Arkansas rolls in, Texas A&M wins or whatever, right? Because I think Texas A&M is going to stay in the rankings after they just beat a ranked opponent in Miami, right? So where do you think Arkansas should be ranked if they get a W against Texas A&M?
Well, right now we number 10 with the win this week. I think we don't move much. But if we beat Texas A&M, I mean, let's just get closer to that top five. And what you do when you see the SEC anyway, they like for teams to jump when they play a team like Alabama or Georgia. So I feel like they'll give us a good ranking. We'll be 4-0 after we won the Texas A&M game, and and we got Bama the following week. So
Mm-hmm.
for that
Hmm.
game to look good, for game day to come there or whatever the decision is going to be, it's going to look great to go ahead and give us that ranking. We'll be at number 7. You know, when we played Georgia last year, I think we were number 7 then. So I think we'll get around the 7 mark, and it'll look really great. Number 2 against number 7. It'll be a great game played in Fayetteville. Hey, Bama, watch out.
Uh oh.
Watch
Uh
out.
oh.
Uh oh.